Guys, welcome to Audrey's reading area. You know I'm live at 5. Yes. Alexa, what time is Audrey's reading area?
Audrey reads in her area live at 5, and please subscribe.
Live at 5, and please subscribe. All right. You guys know. You know. Go to Audrey's reading area on YouTube. Yes. But I'm going to shout out my grandbabies, Korea, Sanaa, David the Third, and Caden. I love you guys, and I miss you so much with all my heart. Yes. So everyone, please click like and please share. Share my videos. Please, 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 please. Go to YouTube and look for Audrey's reading area. You knew I was going to say that, right? Yes. Audrey's reading area on YouTube. Yes. All right, you guys. Are you ready for today? Today is a very special day, January 15th, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Yes, so I have a very special book that I'll be reading to you. Suggested by a friend of my mom's. Her name is Rhonda Sherwood. Shout out to you, Rhonda, for introducing me to this book and telling me about this book. I decided to read it today, Carving the Light from My Grandparents. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. It says We Dream a World. It's by Yolanda Renee King, illustrated by Nicole Tadgell. Nicole Tadgell. This is the one and only granddaughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. We dream a world. Illustrations are beautiful already, and we haven't even opened up the book. So let's jump right in. I did not read it in advance, and I will be reading the excerpt after I read the book. So, Carrying the Light from My Grandparents, Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, by Yolanda Renee King, illustrated by Nicole Tadgell. So let us jump right in. Granddaddy and Grandma. You had a dream we would be judged by what's in our hearts, not by the color of our skin. You were gone before I came into this world, but that dream and so many others lives deep inside me. Everything you believe in still shines like the brightest sunrise on a golden horizon. Many ask me, do you plan to follow in Dr. King and Coretta Scott King's footsteps? How will you ever fill their shoes? Do you have what it takes to walk their path? I hold fast to all that you stood for: peace, togetherness, harmony, and love. Granddaddy and Grandma, thanks to your wisdom and determination, I now have my own footsteps, my own journey, my own dreams for our world. And so, while I follow your example, I am also ready to lead. I am ready to walk the uncertain road from today to tomorrow. I am ready to keep my eyes on the prize that you set out before us with the power of your vision. Yes, Grandma Coretta. Yes, Granddaddy Martin. I am ready. She's ready. Every day I thank you for the gifts you gave so many of us through your hard work. Because of you, I know that struggle and triumph are bigger than just me. The promise of a new day starts with me. You helped us see the dream. Now we're here to be the dream. The wisdom of your words weaves a rainbow that lights our way. Granddaddy, you told us love, L. Oops, sorry. That's live. Love. Love is the key. Grandma, you taught us when the heart is right, the mind and body will follow. These words, these keys to our hearts, opened the door to all that is possible. My parents remind me that in your lives together, you shared what came to be called a revolution of values. I'm sorry there are still so many problems to endure. You devoted your lives to making our lives better. And now it's my turn to start a new revolution that values kindness, truth, equality, and service. There are still rocks in the road. I wish you were here so we could walk it together. Because our dreams need the strength of a love so powerful that nothing can stop them or us. We dream a world where school is a safe place, free of fear. No violence spoken here. We dream a world where guns are not games. Shoot for the stars, not at each other. We dream a world where poverty is a memory. Liberty, justice, and food for all. We dream a world where the only walls are those that hold safe spaces and have windows and mirrors that reflect our unity. Beauty has no boundaries. We dream a world where trees, flowers, and the earth's creatures thrive in their right seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. Honesty is the warmest climate. We dream a world where bullies turn their backs on being mean. Let kindness begin with me. We dream a world where sickness can be driven out by the healing power of hope. Love is the cure. We dream a world where every child can go to college. Education fuels our nation. I'm going to read it again. We dream a world where every child can go to college. Education fuels our nation. Reading is believing. Reading is believing. Grandma and Granddaddy, so many want to know, how will you honor your grandparents' legacy? The answer is simple. We keep your dream alive by planting our dreams like trees in an orchid to be nurtured by tomorrow's gardeners with determined feet blazing a new path. We are ready to take the torch you lit before we were born. We are ready to grip that glistening baton, to hold faith by the hand, to pass it on. We are ready to reach, to rise, to sparkle like stars in a bold blue sky. Our time has come to bring our twinkle, letting everyone know Spread the word. Have you heard? All across the nation, we are going to be a great generation. I'm loving this book. All across the nation, we are going to be a great generation. From today to tomorrow, we dream a world. Wow, the end. Wow. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s granddaughter, Yolanda Renee King. Yolanda Renee King. A word from Yolanda's parents, Martin Luther King III and Andrea Waters King. It says, happy 38th birthday, Martin Luther King Jr. I don't know if that says 38. The picture is not real clear. But let me read this to you. It's a word from Yolanda's parents, Martin Luther King III and Andrea Waters King. We've raised our daughter to be strong and independent. As the granddaughter of Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, Yolanda has grown up surrounded by a legacy of civil rights. From the time she was very young, she's been a girl who cares deeply about equality, harmony, fairness, and helping others. We instilled in our only child the values of her beloved grandparents. We've also encouraged Yolanda's big dreams for our world's future, while at the same time keeping her grounded in the day-to-day realities of what it means to be a young activist and how to inspire others through words and actions. On March 24, 2018, we attended the March for Our Lives, a demonstration led by students seeking legislation to prevent gun violence. The rally was held in Washington, D.C. Turnout across the United States was estimated between 1.2 and 2 million people, making it one of the biggest protests in American history. We attended the protests in Washington as a family so we could witness and support the aspirations of young people. Though stopping gun violence is one of the issues Yolanda is very passionate about, she hadn't planned to speak at the event. In a sudden and unexpected moment, Yolanda was invited to address the crowd. As any parents might be, we were a bit apprehensive about the magnitude of it all, and we were uncertain about seeing our daughter thrust into such a bright spotlight. But Yolanda was eager and ready and not the least bit nervous. She reminded us and everyone who heard her words that young people can have a voice and that we adults need to let them speak. The presence and conviction of so many children at that rally was proof that children from all walks of life and from many kinds of families have a stake in our future. So that is the King family finds connection by visiting places important to their family's history, including Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Monument in Washington, D.C. above, and Atlanta's Ebenezer Baptist Church, where Martin Luther King Jr. served as pastor, below. Yes. Oh, yeah. I've been there. I visited it. You feel it. You feel it. I'm going to continue reading. It says, as parents, we want what all parents would like for their children: health, safety, joy, and the promise of a bright tomorrow. We talk to our daughter about the important role she plays in shaping her future and the ways in which young people can bring about change. Yolanda talks to us about how and why even small, simple acts of compassion can have a powerful impact. and that any child can become an activist by simply being kind. When Yolanda told us that she wanted to write a book that pays tribute to her grandparents, we were very pleased to know that her words and the values of the King family would become a book that all families can enjoy together and that can foster important conversations among adults and children at home, school, and the larger community. We Dream a World draws its inspiration. This is We Dream a World. Draws its inspiration from Langston Hughes' poem entitled I Dream a World, a narrative that is a favorite among the books in our home library. We hope you'll enjoy We Dream a World with the young people in your lives and that you'll share it with generations to come. From Martin Luther King III and Andrea Waters King. So I'm going to also read Painting Legacy. Painting Legacy. It says, and this is by Nicole Tadgell, which is the illustrator of this book. I am proud to be a part of empowering the young people who will read this book. As an African American woman, the strength and passion of Yolanda Renee King's words lifted me up with inspiration and hope. Pictures in my head of children, all ages, ethnicities, complexions, orientations, and abilities came instantly. I envisioned children at work and at play, shy, bold, differently abled, collaborating, expressing themselves in creative ways. As the illustrator of more than 30 books, I'm still in love with the expressive nature of watercolor painting. In the art, I rendered images of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, using warm tones to convey sepia-hued images of the past. Imaginative and inspirational color combinations drift from one page to another, melding past and present. My goal was to connect elements and themes between pages spread to fit hand in hand with Yolanda's words. My images are symbolic and metaphorical rather than literal. Young readers may see themselves reflected in these paintings, becoming even more open-minded, inspired, and passionate to make a difference just as Yolanda Renee King knows they can be. May they discover that making an impact in the world need not wait for adulthood. Signed, Nicole Tadgell. And this was parents of Yolanda Renee King. And about Yolanda's inspiration. This is about Yolanda's inspiration and some pictures. Share some pictures with you from this book. Look at her, looking a little bit like her granddad. Look at that. So let me read to you about Yolanda's inspiration. Yolanda Renee King never met her grandfather. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., she never met him. But the young activist is one of the countless change makers inspired by his actions. Dr. King helped change the course of history by spreading a message of equality for all people, regardless of their race or color. To many, Yolanda's grandfather is the face of civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s. Back then, segregation was a way of life in many parts of the United States, especially the South. That meant Black people were not allowed to attend the same schools, get treated in the same hospitals, or even use the same drinking fountains as white people. Also, laws in some states kept many Black people from voting. A lot of businesses refused to hire Black workers. Dr. King organized peaceful protests to demand equal rights for African American and to try to end unjust laws. His powerful speeches inspired many others to join the cause. Sadly, Dr. King was shot and killed in 1968. His birthday is celebrated in 100 countries across the globe. Dr. King's legacy lives on through the hearts and actions of millions who, like Yolanda, keep the torch of hope alive by dreaming of a better world. The strength and resilience of Yolanda's grandparents and civil rights crusaders, such as Congressman John Lewis, pictured with the King family in the front of the Edmund Pettus building, live on through the next generation of trailblazers. And that would be this picture right here. Yes. We dream a world. And as promised, I'm going to read you the excerpt in the front. I am ready to walk the uncertain road from today to tomorrow. It says, I am ready to keep my eyes on the prize you set out before us. Yes, Grandma Coretta. Yes, Granddaddy Martin. So in this stirring tribute to Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King Jr., their only granddaughter, Yolanda Renee King, a national civil rights figure in her own right, is ready to lead a new generation of modern activists. With inspiration drawn from the young crusaders she meets in her travels and a deep love for her grandparents, Yolanda shows the world that young people are strong enough to carry on their elders' legacy while creating a new path for themselves. Her words are meaningful and universal, presenting a call to action rally cry that addresses issues facing young people today: racial equality, bullying, gun violence, climate change, disease, poverty, education, and more. Yolanda's words will galvanize the next generation of social justice change makers. Wow. Wow. I have the honor to have this book and to read it to you guys. You guys should be honored that you actually listened to me read this to you. We Dream a World. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta Scott King, this is their only granddaughter. Yes. Amen, amen, and amen. So thank you for listening, you all. Thanks, Mom, for listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My mom's always here loving and supporting me. Thank you. So you guys, don't forget to click like. Don't forget to share my videos. Don't forget to go to YouTube, look for Audrey's Reading Area, and smash, I said smash that subscribe button for me, you all. All right, all right, all right. Again, I'm going to mention We Dream a World, Yolanda Renee King. This girl right here is going to be someone. Yes. Maybe the president of the United States one day, right? I'm just saying. Yes. Yes. Well, all right, all right, all right. I will see you again tomorrow live. Live. 2 5s, right? Live at 5. Live. Live at 5. Live at, no, that's 8. Live at 5. Live at 5. All right, you guys. I'll see ya tomorrow. One day away, you guys. Here at Audrey's Reading Area.